Hey, my lovely. So welcome. All right, so we're doing the daily vibration for today, 9/14th, 2021. Keeping in mind that energy is fluid. So whenever you click on this episode of the podcast or the YouTube, you want to go ahead and keep what you need, leave what you do not, and you want to shelf what you don't understand and circle on back in case you may need to apply it again. Okay, so just so you guys know, we do have the ruling number of the day, which is going to be the number 1. All right, so we're talking about the communication. Number 1 is all about verbal communication and expression of the divine using your ego. Okay, so let's rewind here. The sun is currently in Virgo. All right, this is 6th house energy. This is the house of health and well-being. This is a house also where you have to deal with your stuff. So we're talking about dealing with your enemies, dealing with your anger, dealing with your frustration, okay? And in actuality, too, I want to say, in all honesty, when you begin to study astrology, this particular angle of Virgo is considered the house of bad fortune, right? It is the house where you have to begin to pay attention to how you serve in your daily life and what you're serving in your daily life. It is also the house of self-improvement, right? So for the balance of the time that we are in Virgo, your job, even though you may not be a Virgo, is to apply this Virgo energy to your life by viewing your health, your well-being, right? Your personal development, what enslaves you mentally, emotionally, or physically, all right? This is a time where you can reposition yourself in this energy, all right? Now, with the moon in Capricorn, right? Now, moon energy is all about your emotions, your instincts. This is also energy of protection, right? With the moon being in Capricorn, Capricorn brings in order. Capricorn's also bringing structure, right? The thing about Capricorn energy is if it's not matured, you can throw the baby out with the bathwater, all right? Capricorn is also the house of the timekeeper, okay? Which means that this energy pays attention to what you do as far as your time, where you give your energy to, okay? Where you give your money to over a period of time. So your time is accumulated and calculated within this Capricorn's energy. So people today emotionally could be on the aspect of making sure that time is not wasted or making sure that you're bringing order and structure into your life, okay? So you want to be mindful that emotionally, you don't want your time to be wasted today, okay? And things have to be in their right place, in their right order, okay? So you want to move in that energy today, even if you're not a Capricorn. All right. So let's hop on over to the tic-tac-toe chart, right? So first of all, you do need to know that we got the number 9 for the 9th month in the Gregorian calendar year. All right. The number 9 is a combination of all planes. So that's your mind, your body, and your soul, right? The mind being the mental plane. So that is the energy that you have to tap in for responsibility. Then it also taps into the body, the physical realm. And that is the energy that you tap into for ambition. Right? The number 9 also taps into the energy of the spiritual realm, which is where you tap into for purpose. So when you're utilizing the number 9, you're utilizing not just the mental aspect, right, which is responsibility for your thoughts and your imagination, but you're also using your physical aspects, which you tap into your ambition and then link it with the spiritual aspect, which is purpose. So that is why the number 9 brings in completion, because it allows you access to all 3 realms. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, just a few things that you can find out about the number 9. All right. On the positive aspect of the number 9, you can tap into things like learning how to say no, okay, and maybe be more empathetic, okay, for situations that you may normally be, zero tolerance for. Number 9 also deals with public relations, so you can also see a lot of things unfolding in the news and on social media today. Number 9 is also the number of light workers, okay? So it's important for light workers, in particular, anyone that does energy work, or if you're an empath in particular, to make sure you're protecting your energy always, okay? On the lower vibrational end of the number 9, you can experience things like lack of concentration and feeling like you're disconnected, okay? So I have to say this, right? You get to choose what energy you want to sit in. You get to choose what mental and emotional state you want to live in, all right? Because you can't be happy and sad at the same time, all right? So you, my love, have to choose what state of mental and emotional realm you want to dwell in, right? So you can change states and jump state at any time, aka, which means that you don't have to feel sad and depressed. You can literally choose to do something different, okay? So when we hop on over now to the number 1, we have double ones showing up in the date today, right? You know, 1 is the number of communication, but when we apply it with the double ones, this is energy where you might find that you're more ahead in your thinking and the way that you verbalize things than most people, right? So this is energy where you can tap into futuristic expression of oneself, which means be mindful today. The way that you're expressing yourself in the physical realm may not look, you know, it's okay for it to look unique, right? It is okay for it to be different today, all right? The number 1 deals with uniqueness. It deals with creation. Number 1 is that spark energy, okay? So it is okay for you to be unique today. Number 1 also deals with you being able to tap into your motivation. This is the number of independence, but this is also the number of your willpower, along with the number 6, right? So expression of the divine through your ego is what the number 1 is a representation of, but some people don't always express the divine. Some people actually oppress the divine. So it's your choice. Do you want to oppress the energy, or do you want to express the divine that dwells in you, right? And you can do that utilizing the number 1 today, by your assertiveness, right? By your personal will, and by tapping into your motivational skills, okay? Now, let's hop on over to the number 4. Now, I actually love the number 4, and I'm going to tell you why, right? The number 4 reminds me of a square, you know, and I always teach that it's important for you to man your square, right? But when you begin to calculate numbers, the number 4 also equals 360 degrees, just like a circle, right? So when you're looking at the number 4, you can think of a square. And when we're dealing with the number 4, you're dealing with the realm of doing. This is the physical realm. This is the realm where you get to be practical and organized. So today, not only do you have to use your verbal communication skills with the number 1, not only do you have an opportunity with the number 9 to tap into that energy of completion, but with the number 4, you have energy where you can get things done by doing. The number 4 is all about doing and getting things done and being organized in things today, and that's showing up in the date, okay? Now, you also have double 2 showing up in the date, and you guys know that is sensitive emotional energy, so just watch who you're sharing things with today. That's going to be important. And the number 2 brings in your intuitive nature, but it also asks you to be harmonious, right? Are you harmonious in your thinking? Are you harmonious in the way you feel about things? Are you harmonious in your doing? Like, are you taking action in harmonious movement, or are you moving with the energy of most resistance? You got to pay attention to things like that, right? It's important for you to do that. You should not have to move with energy that's resistant, right? Not to say things may not appear challenging and difficult, right? Just like when you're exercising. But what you don't want to do is fight against yourself, right, in this energy. You want to tap into yourself and trust yourself in this energy, okay? Now, let's just hop on over to the elements. I repeat the same things over and over, not by coincidence, because there are only 3 ways for you to reprogram your mind when you're doing any type of spiritual work, okay? Or when you're doing any type of programming, basically. There's only 3 ways you can do that, okay? So you're either going to reprogram yourself by repetition, by trauma, or by symbols. So if we're taking a look at that, right, we get trauma on TV every day by the news, so there's programming going on there, right? There's symbols all over us, you know, by logos and, you know, and fashion, okay? And then you have repetition, you know. We also can look around and see where things are repeated to you constantly, right? So if you're on your spiritual path and you want to be doing any type of work where you're deprogramming and reprogramming yourself, you can do that through repetition, symbolization, right? And trauma, okay? So with that being said, you are not just responsible for your sun sign, aka the month you were born. And this is why I repeat this constantly, okay? We are constantly interacting with other energy sources, even if it is not our birth month. Example, if you were not a Virgo, you were still currently interacting with the Virgo energy because the sun is in Virgo, and with the Capricorn energy because the moon is in Capricorn, okay? That's not to mention all of the other planetary aspects that we have going on right now. That's just the two simple ones, right? So we're talking about your ego and your spirit here, right? So ego being the sun, your spirit being the moon, okay? Intuitive and logical energy, masculine energy, feminine energy, okay? With that being said, you have a masculine and a feminine side, okay? And you are responsible for mastering all 12 aspects of the zodiac wheel, and not just your sun sign, okay? So we're going to break them down by elements, and we're going to start off with the wonderful earth sign. Right? If you are not a Virgo, if you are not a Capricorn, or if you are not a Taurus, you can apply this message to your material realm. This is a physical realm. These are the things that's happening in the realm of the physical, okay? The earthly things. And the message today is start to reclaim who you truly are. Okay? So the message today for this physical realm is start to reclaim who you truly are today in the physical realm. And that may be by the way you dress, right? Maybe by, where you take your walk today for meditation, right? Maybe by who you choose to spend your lunch hour with, right? They're saying today, start to reclaim who you truly are in the physical realm. For some of you, this may simply mean changing some furniture around. Go getting you some crystals or something. Okay, whatever you need to do physically today to reclaim who you truly are, do that for yourself today. Okay, now we're going to hop on over to the wonderful air element, right? That is going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If you are not an air sign, you can apply this message to the realm of your thinking. This is the realm of thoughts, okay? Your spiritual and your mental thinking. All right. So you don't have to be an air sign to apply this message. You can apply it to the realm of your thinking. All right. Now, this message says, never make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling. Never make a permanent decision on a temporary feeling. And this is the realm of your thinking today. So as you are moving through your thoughts today on any given situation, you want to pay attention to how you feel about that, and do not make a decision mentally, okay, if you are not emotionally balanced. Once again, in the realm of your thinking today, never make a permanent decision on temporary feelings. All right. Now, let's hop on over to the water elements, which is going to be Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. If you are not a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, my love, you can apply this message to the realm of your emotions. This is the realm of feelings, okay? This is the realm of feelings. Now, this message is simple today, all right? Your message says, fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. For the message for your feelings, it says, fall in love when you're ready and not when you're lonely. And this may not necessarily have to do with a physical love, right? This may have to do with sometimes you're lonely and you like clothes, so you do that emotional shopping, or that emotional eating, right? So you find ways to express love, maybe not so much in balance, in excessiveness. So emotionally today, find love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. And then this is the question that I pose to you also. What does love mean to you? What does love look like to you? How about you find that? Instead of expecting that externally and asking someone to define what love means to you by the way they treat you, by the things they say, by the things they do for you, how about you try today, emotionally at least, to find out what love means to you? Find out what love looks like to you. Do you know love looks different to some people? Do you know to some people, if you don't buy them gifts and if you don't buy them flowers, that's considered that you don't love them? And some people, if you don't spend time with them, you can buy them everything in the world and the most expensive things, but if you don't spend that time with them, they don't feel love. Find what love is to you today. All right? And don't fall in love when you're lonely. So let's hop on over, last but not least, to the wonderful fire elements, right? So fire energy is going to be Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. If you are not an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, you are going to apply this message to the realm where you need to take action. This is movement in your life. These are the things that may be required for you to physically do, okay? Or mentally do, or emotionally do, but it's going to require some action on your part. And your message today is follow your heart's desires and manifest the heck out of your life. So in your actions today, you're going to follow your heart's desires and manifest the heck out of your life. That's a beautiful message. So in the realm of the physical today, they want you to start reclaiming who you truly are, okay? Find your uniqueness today in the realm of the physical. In the realm of thoughts today, you don't want to make any permanent decisions based on a temporary feeling. In the realm of your emotions today, what is love to you? Define that first. And then fall in love when you're ready and not when you're lonely. In the realm of actions today, you want to follow your heart's desires and manifest the heck out of your life. Your life. And remember, your truth may look different, right? Your truth may not look like everybody else's truth, and that is okay, right? But when you truly be who you are, you can then give someone else to be the freedom to be themselves in your company, right? So y'all know the deal. You want to go ahead and do something kind for yourself. You want to love yourself. You want to honor yourself. I want to remind you guys also about Manifestation Thursdays right here in 1% Change. And then also I'm back in Universal Soul Healing Club on Thursdays at 8 p.m. for I Am My Own Guru. And then I'm back again at 10 p.m. on Friday nights for Relationship Chronicles and Spiritual Conversations with Sam. We be having a good time in that room, y'all. He be dropping a lot of knowledge. Y'all need to come through on Friday nights. Okay, my love. I love each and every one of you. And make sure, once again, don't be afraid of the dark and do something kind for yourself, my loves.